but we have one very large hole and a big mess. So now I have that. Do you want to have a look yet? What a crazy year. This year for me, I had planned to build as much of my social media as possible, work on my YouTube as much as possible, but also still going to America and compete in the Bassmaster Opens. So last year, I finished second in the Oneida Open. So what's really interesting about that is I was so close to make it to the Bassmaster Classic. Had I made it to the Bassmaster Classic, had I won that tournament and made it to the Bassmaster Classic, I would have more than likely competed in more tournaments this year, tried to compete in more tournaments this year, which meant I would have had to commit to going to America, and with all this corona stuff, probably would have lost so much money, not being able to compete, would have let down sponsors, so many bad things would have happened. And at the time finishing second, I was so disappointed. But when I look back now at how this year has worked out for me, so many things have happened this year that definitely wouldn't have happened had Corona not happened. So you got to look at it on a positive side. So this is one of those good news, bad news scenarios. So this boat would not have happened without how this year has gone. I would definitely not have spent the time making this project boat what it is had I had all my America plans and tournaments and all that happening. And so many good experiences have happened this year, which a lot of you guys have seen in this boat, which was I only originally purchased it so that if I felt like jumping into the Kemah River to go chase jacks, it was there and I could do it. Bad news side of things. So my Dachi rooftop tent, it's not on the car. So I spent a lot of time in the Dachi this year in the cooler months, but it knocks my fuel consumption down 2 to 3 litres per 100 extra to carry this thing, and I thought, I'm not going to run it in summer. I'm not going to stay in it in summer. It's too hot. So I thought, in my wisdom, I'll take it off. Save fuel, save money. So I had a friend come over to help me take it off because this thing is heavy. Undid all the bolts. As soon as I touched the ladder, it fell on top of me and on top of the car. Now, there's a mark there. There's a mark there. There's a mark there. There's a mark on the door handle. And that's about it for this side. But that's not where the story ends. So I leant it against the wall like that. Admittedly, it was standing up, not sideways. Massive storm that night. Come out the next morning. The tent is laying against the other side of my car. So now I have that and that. So now the car has a dent on almost every panel. From my rooftop tent, which was costing me 2 litres per 100, now I have to pay the excess to get this fixed and go without a car for nearly 2 weeks. Back to the good news side of things. Most of you will know, had a bass boat, sold my bass boat with the intention on getting like an offshore style boat, bay style boat, so that I can do barramundi fishing, go and chase GTs and kingfish and marlin and just anything else, snapper, pearlies, whatever. That has been almost, probably close to 12 months. And I haven't really worried about it because I've been doing my America thing and whatever else. And without going to America this year, it's been so painful not having a boat with all the border stuff where we can't go anywhere. I haven't been able to go to New South Wales and spend time with Troy and do stuff with Troy for work. So I just haven't had a boat. So what I've been doing in the meantime, getting stuff for the new boat. So I have the Evo 3 Simrats, marine radio, prop thing, new transducer and lithium battery. So now, let's have a look where I'm going to put all this stuff. So without Corona happening, without my America trips being cancelled, without so many different things, this boat would never have been possible. So I've used money I would have had for America. I've used some savings and a nasty bank loan. But that's okay. Do you want to have a look yet? Okay. Enough dicking around. Have a look at this thing. This is going to be incredible. Check it out. Seafox 200 Viper with a 175 Pro XS. So I've literally had this on the water for one afternoon and the bait was terrible. And I was so impressed. It's a machine. This motor is ridiculous. The boat handled the chop amazing. It's only 15-degree dead rise as compared to the other. I think the Commanders are 18. So dry, hardly got splashed. And now, so I've got to set this all up with all that stuff, and also don't have a car for 2 weeks. So basically, get to play and look at this thing for 2 weeks without putting it on the water. Good size back deck, esky, great console. Need to fill it with some sounders, and then massive front deck. Rod lockers, which have got towels in them from going in the boat the other day. I wasn't sure about T-top, and we took it out the other day. I really enjoyed having it there, having that shade. And considering majority of my fishing in this is offshore, I'm going to leave the T-top on. I'll see how I go when I take a barramundi fishing, but I don't know when that'll be. I think definitely the next few months anyway. It's mainly going to be saltwater stuff. So I'm going to do some jigging, some popping, whatever. Live baiting for marlin, I don't care. I'm just keen to get in the salt and take advantage of finally getting what I think is my dream boat. The Pro XS, but it's 175, which means it's only the V6 model. You need to hear this thing. It's ridiculous. Pretty happy with it. And put a trolling motor up the front, rods everywhere, sounders. Look at that thing. What a combo. I'm crazy happy with this thing. It's a big expense and it's a big drain on my finances, but I feel like it's going to be worth it. Now my only thing is, what is the first species that I want to catch in this thing? I don't really know. I don't want to catch the first thing to be small, but I really want to get fishing in it. That's a bit better view of the layout, but it is such a nice boat. The advantage of T-top, look at all that shade. Installation time. This is going to be scary because new stuff has no scratches, no marks, nothing. So you're going to make it. And I really want to flush mount a 12-inch screen into the nicest looking, smoothest piece of fiberglass. So a little bit scared. That is basically what it's going to look like. And that's pretty scary to cut that much stuff out, but that will look awesome in there. Perfect fit. So I decided to sticky tape the template there. So I've measured in from this to there to make it equal, and then measured in from the top. So I think that is about the best way to make sure it's accurate. Probably won't drill the little mounting holes yet, but I'll at least cut out the other bit and sit it there. And then with the mounting holes, I can probably just move the sounder the tiniest bit to make sure it's square if it's not quite square. Drilled some little pilot holes in there to double check there's nothing in there, and we're good. So messy and so scary already. Did one in the center because I'm going to start the jigsaw from the center and go out because steering wheel doesn't help, and other things, gauges and switch panels. So I took almost every Milwaukee tool that I have, but we have one very large hole and a big mess. Look at that. Fits. Check it out. All installed. My charger and marine radio up there. Can't wait to get on the water. So stay tuned, guys. There'll be so many more saltwater videos. Jigging, popping, marlin fishing, whatever. There'll be stuff on my Simrads. I literally cannot wait. Well guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you want to find out what I'm up to on a day-to-day basis, just jump on any one of my other social media pages. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm constantly putting up a couple of videos a week now to keep you guys entertained. Otherwise, this has been Dean Silvester, fishing my way.